Hey, this is Ben with Blue Ribbon Coalition. Again, we're here in what is the Canyon Rims Travel Management Area. You just looked at a road that the BLM claims is reclaiming and they're going to close it. We came to this road specifically because it is designated as an RS 2477 road, which means the county of San Juan County and the state of Utah claim jurisdiction over this road. If you're going to close a road that's owned by the state and the county, there are actually county ordinances and state law that define a process of how you do that. The BLM has decided that it's their job to close this road without any formal input from the state other than some casual participation in the NEPA process, but they certainly didn't go through the process that is designated in state and county law. And so this is a road they're closing, and you saw the video, it's definitely here. The reason why we're very concerned about this one, and we'll show you some pictures along with this video, is this road, it looks like people dragged dead wood and logs across it to make it look like it was closed when it wasn't during the evaluation period of this travel management area. So what ended up happening is now they're claiming it's reclaiming and that there's vegetation stuff growing in the road, but it's because it was illegally closed, or it was appeared to be so. And so I haven't seen anything in the BLM records giving anyone authorization to put deadfall and things across the road to make it look closed and to then position it so it could be reclaimed. That's usually something that happens after a travel management record of decision is reached, which is what we're currently appealing right now. And so I'm here with Phil Lyman, and I invited Phil out here today because Phil's a state legislator. He recently or when he was elected, one of his first bills, Phil, what was one of your first bills?
First bill was to make it a misdemeanor to drag debris across a road.
And make it look closed.
And make it look closed.
And so what is like if you do that in Utah and you're caught, what is the consequence of that?
Well, it's a Class C misdemeanor, punishable with up to a $1,000 fine and I think a year in jail, potentially. So, yeah.
And so this was criminal activity, according to Utah code, that somebody came and did to make this road look closed. And then that activity has led the BLM to believe and justify closing this road.
Well, and the point is that this road doesn't exist for the benefit of the state. It doesn't exist for the benefit of the county. It exists for the benefit of the people that use it. It's just the county and the state's obligation to protect that
and
maintain it.
And so if the road's reclaiming, it isn't the job of the BLM to close it. It's the job of the BLM to work with the county and the state to maintain it. They should have had a bulldozer up here clearing this road so that people can use it. And so then the next question is, does this road have a public purpose? Look behind us. There's a spectacular view of Canyonlands.
There's a
the
purpose.
Colorado River Gorge. You have an amazing view of the La Salle Mountains. This is a side road off of a main road. This is an area where you likely could create a really great dispersed camping spot and spend some really great time out in this scenic, incredible part of our state. And the BLM's closing this road. The justification for closing it makes no sense. If you look around at the landscape, you see there's this sagebrush and the junipers. You look around for miles, that's all that's there. The minimal impact disturbance of this road existing is not impacting this landscape in any meaningful way that it can't recover from. And so, like I've said in previous videos, this is the reason we're challenging this decision. The Canyon Rims travel management decision, they decided to close 139 routes out of 296 like this. Routes that lead to unique scenic viewpoints, dispersed camping areas, and side roads that get you to unique areas that you don't get to off the main roads. And the BLM's justification for it is paper thin, and my belief is they're doing it just to acquiesce to SUA. There's no need to do it, and this one is probably in the position it's in because it was illegally closed and the BLM did nothing to maintain this road being open during the evaluation period when they were looking at these routes. And so we hope you'll support us. There's the 10,000 Plus project. When you go to sharetrails.org is where you can sign up to help us keep roads like this open. We need you to be part of the conversation. We need you helping us submit comments in future travel areas because the BLM's doing this not just here around Moab, they're doing it all over the state of Utah. And we're gonna fight for every inch of these roads. And so we need your support. We need your help making comments. We are currently legally challenging the BLM's decision. We filed an appeal in administrative court because we think they made the wrong decision here. Legal defenses cost money, so if everybody who sees this video were to sign up to become a monthly recurring donor of $5 a month, we would have more money than we need to actually keep this open, pay the legal team what we need to pay them to challenge the BLM on this decision and others. And because this is a county and state road, you can also contact your state and local representatives and tell them, do not agree to close RS 2477 roads through a BLM travel management process. That is not the correct way to do this. If they want to close an RS 2477 road, they should have to do it with the consent of the elected officials in those counties and with the consent of our legislature, which is going to be hard for them to get.
Well, and if I can just add to my fellow legislators, we don't have the luxury of being passive in our politics on this kind of stuff. There's a principle, it's been laid out, there's laws that we are obligated to conform to. Regardless of how you feel about this area, this road exists and we have an obligation to protect it. That's what we've been asked to do by the public, and so to the public and to the groups that are out there on the ground, let your legislators know that it's not okay to let these roads just be closed without the process and without the following the prescribed method for closing a road.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so we need, I think that if the Utah, a lot of the elected officials in Utah, if they just hear from you, they'll step up to this fight.
And I guess
a lot of them just don't know this is happening.
And it is a fight, and people need to recognize that there is a fight, and if we don't participate, then we lose by default. And we don't want to just forfeit the game because we were taking someone else's lead on
It's
it.
a fight we're losing because they're cheating.
Right.
They're like making this road look closed and it was not.
Right.
And the BLM did nothing. And so we'll fight. We're here to let you know, to educate you, but we need your support. We need everybody in the off-road community. If you drive a side-by-side and you like exploring areas like this, you need to be in this fight. If you like to drive on a dirt bike or an adventure bike and you like to come out and explore these areas, we need you in the fight. If you own a Jeep or a overlanding vehicle or a Tacoma or a 4Runner or whatever, and you like to come out and disperse camp in these beautiful areas in Utah, they're fighting to close this.
A two-wheel drive Subaru.
So Subaru could get out here.
I could drive out here in my sedan.
And
it's
in
not a
one of
rugged
the
place.
other cases where we're appealing another decision against SUA, they're suing the BLM, or they're appealing in federal court to shut down a travel area in the San Rafael Desert because they're worried the BLM didn't take a hard enough look at dispersed camping. They're actually trying to shut down the dispersed camping and the other uses of this land. They make it sound like they're only upset by the existence of the side-by-sides and the OHVs, but it's everybody. If you drive a Subaru, a truck, a Jeep, a side-by-side, a motorcycle, anything that could get you out onto this road, they do not want you here. They're doing everything possible, even through means that are criminal misdemeanors, to stop you from being able to enjoy this area, and we need your help to do it.
Thanks, Ben.
Thank you, Phil. Thanks for coming here. We want a lot of people knowing about this.
For sure.
So this is another road that is a direct extension of the road we just talked about. You can see here that I just crossed a rock barrier, makes it look closed. You come this way, you can see there's logs and deadfall blocking this one. This is one that, according to the travel plan, is supposed to be left open. And so we need to pressure the BLM to come here and remove these obstacles and sign this and let the public know they can use this route, because this is another one that's been, looks like, illegally blocked